Okay. Hey, Coach, obviously a great win, but just tell us about, the way you guys won. Game on the line, superstar stepping up, Devin Booker. He's the kind of player that wants to be in these moments.
Yeah, I just told him, I was, you know, that close to calling a timeout, but in those situations, um, I have to trust him, and I have to trust, the decisions he makes in those situations. I know he wants the shot, and our guys just grew up tonight. We played against a team that possibly could win a championship, and they sent everything at us with George and Kawhi and the physicality, and our guys, took it, and we put ourselves in a position to get a win. And it's an amazing feeling, and yet, I'm already turning the page. I'm getting ready for the next game, and that's the mentality we have to have. I'm glad they're having fun right now in the locker room, but we have to grow in these moments, and I'm looking forward to teaching out of this experience and in this situation. We can enjoy it for a minute, but we got to turn the page. We don't have a lot of time, but I trust his ability to make the pass or the shot. And tonight he made shot after shot, and that last one was pretty cool to watch.
All right, Coach, next up we have Dwayne Rankin with the Arizona Republic. He'll be followed by Kellen Olson with Arizona Sports. Go ahead, Dwayne.
Coach, the Clippers were making a strong push at the end with Kawhi and Paul. What was being said during timeouts as far as, hey, hang in? I mean, what was the dialogue during those times when the Clippers were making those runs?
Yeah, we know everybody's seen those guys come through in the clutch. I mean, I've been in San Antonio and watched Kawhi do it, and we've watched Paul do it. We've seen Doc on those sidelines, and so you're up against a lot. And it was just one of those situations where every timeout, pretty much by the time I got to the timeout, the players had already talked themselves through our languages and our reads and defensive situations. We don't want to give up and ones. We wanted to force those guys to make tough shots, and they did. There was moments in the second half where Paul was splitting our pick and roll and getting to the basket, and he was getting to the free throw line. That always hurts you because they can set their defense, but I thought the shots that they got tonight were pretty tough shots. One time Kawhi got an offensive rebound over Cam, and it was just a tough physical playoff play. And I'm hopeful that Cam will grow from that situation. But we didn't say anything new. We just said we can't foul and give up and ones. We can't lose our discipline on pump fakes. And I thought our guys did a good job with that.
All right, next up is Kellen Olson with Arizona Sports. He'll be followed by Gina Mizell. Go ahead with your question, Kellen.
Monty, Devin's been working so hard to just earn respect and just put this team in the right place he belongs. The All-Star game was one of those slights, of course, but I know it's just one shot in one moment, but how does it feel for you to see him kind of get that kind of moment in a game like this?
I'm happy for him. I am, but he'd be the first one to tell you we're not done. Like, we got more work to do. We're not going to rest in this moment. It'll be fun for the next 20 minutes, but I guarantee you he's already getting his mind right for the next game. And we have a saying that everything counts, and how we appreciate but also handle these situations will dictate how we play in the next outing, and it'll help our guys grow. So I'm ecstatic for him. I'm happy for the work that he puts in his game, the way he's grown as a leader, the way he and I have connected. But this is book. And he puts a lot of work into his game, and he's serious about his craft. And he has these moments in his ability. He's not afraid of it, and I'm just thankful that he knocked that one down tonight.
All right, next up we will have Joe Varden with The Athletic, and he'll be followed by Gina Mizell. Go ahead, Joe.
You're a star like Booker, obviously. I'm thinking about a guy like Cameron Payne.
Yeah.
But bouncing around, you're playing major minutes in games you have to have. Just how does a guy like that kind of make you feel about your team overall?
I mean, again, it's a, sometimes it just takes you a minute to find a fit for you. And then you have to also have enough humility and be vulnerable about, what you did in your past that didn't allow you to succeed. He's been pretty upfront about that in our private discussions. And so he's trying to make the most of his opportunities. He would tell you that he's not where he wants to be. At the same time, these are the kinds of experiences you want to have with players. I was with him in OKC where it didn't work out. And now he's a big part of our team. And there's no way he knew 2 months ago that he'd be in this situation. So that's why young players and NBA players in general, when they come into this league, you just got to keep working. And that's what he's done. So he's a big part of that second unit. And he has the ability to play with both.
In a day like today, against a team like the Clippers, does that change the conversation for what would be possible for you here?
No, our focus is the same. We came into this thing with a level of gratefulness and humility that we were even in this, and we got to hold on to them. We know that we're not an upper echelon team in a consistent way. And so these are like I said before, these are the times where you have to manage your excitement and the fun, because that's what the really good teams do. And so we got to keep the same mentality. We said we wanted to get better, and we were just going to attack this thing every day. And so the most important thing we have is our next film session, which will happen tomorrow. And how we approach that will help us in the next game.
All right, Coach. Next up is Gina Mizell. She'll be followed with the last question from Ferdinand Rivera with La Guerra de la NBA. Go ahead, Gina.
Hey, Monty. On Sunday, you mentioned that being in that type of situation, that's exactly why you wanted to be in the bubble. Are there lessons or things from that game that you feel like you could immediately apply today, or that you immediately saw today, just kind of being in a similar down-to-the-wire game against a good team?
Yeah, I mean, the ability to pull it out is really cool. And we're thankful to be on this side of it. But you can talk to guys all day about the situation. Tell guys like Cam and Mikhail experience it. It's just hard to know what coaches are talking about. The physicality, dealing with calls that don't go your way, watching guys like Kawhi and Paul George just make shot after shot and play after play, and they make it look so effortlessly. They can only learn from being in those situations. And so that's the stuff that I believe will help us grow as a program. Those guys are going to grow up exponentially faster than they would have just sitting at home. And so we're thankful for these experiences, and we want to stay on this side of it. I mean, to be able to win in this environment is pretty cool. And so I'm thankful for that.
All right, Coach, our final question comes from Ferdinand Rivera with La Guerra de la NBA in Puerto Rico. Go ahead, Ferdinand.
Hey, Coach. How do you see the hopes of reaching the playoffs after this great victory? And talk about how Ricky Rubio makes his impact on the team.
So you're Nick Ferdinand?
How do you see the hopes of reaching the playoffs after this victory? And can you talk about Ricky Rubio and his impact on the team?
Yeah, we're going to our next thought process is tomorrow's film session. That's the way we've done everything here. We don't want anything to change our culture. So if we win by 20, win by 2, whatever the case may be, we want to be able to come in and approach the next day the same way we always do, with a bit of gratefulness, humility, and get ready for the next day. And that, to me, is what pros do. So that's my mindset. And then as far as Ricky, he's the engine for us. He's got so many experiences. We've heard Ricky's name for seems like 20 years, because he's been around for a long time, and he makes everybody on our team better. I'm grateful that we have him, and it's good to have moments like this with Ricky. because he's a good dude, and he makes us a better team.
All right. Thank you very much for your time, Coach.
Thank you.
And we'll have.
All right, Devin.
What up? What up? What up?
We're going to get started with a question from Richard Syons with Fox 10. He'll be followed by Dwayne Rankin with the Arizona Republic. Go ahead, Richard.
Hi, Devin. Congrats on the win. Great shot, man. Just take us through that shot. You know, how big of a shot can this be from a team standpoint, you know, propelling you guys onto a little run here, and then for yourself because of, you know, who you guys beat. And, I mean, who was on you? You had two of the best defenders in the league on you, and you make the big shot.
Yeah, I mean, coming into this game, we knew it wasn't going to be an easy one. I mean, it's no secret, you know, the talent they have over there. So, you know, coming into just the bubble overall, you know, we said we want to make some noise. We want to be that under the radar team that just comes in and works hard and plays hard. And that's what we did tonight. So it put us in that situation to, you know, have a chance to win at the end of the game. And, you know, what happened.
All right, next up we have Dwayne Rankin with the Arizona Republic. He'll be followed by Mark McClune with Channel 3, Channel 5. Go ahead, Dwayne.
Thanks, Palmer. Once the first, Dev, congratulations on the win. And then just to follow that up, just a two-parter. One, just take me through the shot. There's a scramble for the ball. You guys end up getting it, and then you get an ISO. Just take me through it from there. And Coach had just said that he thought about calling a timeout in that situation, but he has to trust you. How does it feel to know that your coach trusted you to make the right play at the end?
I mean, that's a big confidence booster. We wanted to get the last shot, though. You know, after we got the steal and the ball with 10 seconds, I just wanted to make sure I took the last shot, giving them no time on the other end. And that's what happened. I knew the double team was coming, so I attacked the opposite way. There's a lot of length over there with Kawhi, so pump fake, got him in the air, and a fadeaway shot.
All right, next up is Mark McClune with Channel 3, Channel 5. He'll be followed by Eric Woodyard with ESPN. Go ahead, Mark.
Hey, Devin, did you kind of have a feeling this one was going to come down to the final shot today?
You never had a feeling that a game's going to come down to the final shot. I knew it was going to be, you know, a tough game for us, and that we're going to have to compete all the way through. You know, that's a physical team over there. In my opinion, one of the best defending teams in the NBA. They have length and size and ability to switch out and guard multiple positions. But we've been playing well. You know, we came in with the right approach every day. You know, Coach always says the word approach. And since day one that we got here, you know, in practices we've been going hard. And a few games that we've played, you know, we've stuck together and, you know, came out with some big wins.
All right, next up we have Eric Woodyard with ESPN. He'll be followed by Andres Lopez with Cultura Sports. Go ahead, Eric.
Hey, Book, what's up, man? How you doing, man?
It's good.
Congrats on the victory, man. I know you talked about that underdog mentality that y'all carrying as a team, but it's another guy out there, one of your former teammates, you know, TJ Warren. Just talk about both of y'all, man. Y'all breaking out at this time. I know both of y'all have been gym rats. You know, what did you see in him to be able to perform on this stage from being around him, you know, all those years?
He's just a hooper. You know, that's a term to describe TJ. You know, and you know what he did the past couple games doesn't surprise me at all. I've seen many years of that, and one of my favorite players to watch, and has been since he's been my teammate. So, you know, we still communicate, we still talk a lot. This relationship, you know, that's for life, and it's a respectful relationship. I'm happy with the situation that he's in, and the opportunity that he's getting, and the way he's performing. So. You know, I always follow my past teammates throughout the league, and you know, TJ is a hooper.
All right, Devin, next up we have Joe Varden with The Athletic on site, and he'll be followed by Andres Lopez with Cultura Sports. Go ahead, Joe.
I tried this with Monty and he didn't fight. When you win a game like that, now you're freaking out. You're all moving on. Does this change anything as far as what you feel is possible here at Disney?
We're taking it one game at a time. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to bite on that either. That's been our mindset that we said coming into here. We didn't have 8-0 in our mind. You know, that hasn't been our target. You know, just coming in and playing the best basketball we can every night. So people can say that nothing to lose mentality, but we don't look at it like that. We have games to lose, games to win. So we come out here with that attitude and we play that way.
All All right, next up we have Andres Lopez with Culture of Sport. He'll be followed by Kellen Olson with Arizona Sports.
Thank you very much. Devin, I just want to start by saying that moments like this is what we work, it's why we do the things we do for. We enjoy moments like this. So congratulations on an amazing victory. And my question to you is, you got a flagrant foul early in the game, but you quickly overcame that and you put on an amazing performance with 35 points and of course the game-winning shot. Can you talk about the mental toughness that is required to overcome that early in the game and still put on such an amazing performance?
Yeah, I mean, we know that coming into every night. We say that, amongst the team, that we still have to earn respect in this league, and we're not going to get, every call out there until we do so. I said after the Dallas win, I think wins like this are important for us, to gain that respect in this league. I think right now a lot of people are just looking at us as the 22nd or 21st team in the bubble, and, we're just here to be here. But that's not the mentality we have as a team. We're here to win. Every time we step out on the floor, we're here to compete, make a name for ourselves. And we're seeing a common theme in everything I'm saying. We're approaching every game with the right mindset.
And next up, we have Kellen Olson with Arizona Sports. He'll be followed by Mark McClune with Channel 3, Channel 5. Go ahead, Kellen.
Hey, Devin. It's been a long couple of years here, and I know it's still a game-by-game mentality for you in Orlando, and you got a lot of work left. That's what Monty said when I asked him specifically this question. But are you able to at least take a couple of moments here and just realize the significance of hitting a big shot like this and arguably the biggest game of your career thus far?
No. Every game is a new opportunity for us to get better. And we have end goals as this team. I have personal goals for this team that I want to reach. I want a reputation in this league as being a winner. Through 5 years, I haven't got to that part of my career yet. But I'm work extremely hard as I can, to get there. And I feel like we have a really good bunch to do it. A lot of guys in this locker room are locked in at all times and approaching the game with the right mindset. So, that's all we can ask for.
All right, Devin, final two questions are going to come from Dwayne Rankin with the Arizona Republic and then Gina Mizell. Go ahead, Dwayne. Dwayne, are you there?
Come on, Dwayne.
All right, next up we have Gina Mizell. She'll be followed by Dave King with Bright Side of the Sun. Go ahead, Gina.
All right, Devin, with all that said, when you're laying on your back and the shot has gone in and Ricky's running to you and your teammates are running to you, just what are you feeling in that brief moment before you then flip the switch and move on to the next game?
I'm not a big celebration guy. If you've seen me in the past when I hit a big shot, but they caught me on the ground, so I couldn't get away from them. Usually in the past when I hit a big shot, I just want to move on to the next game and get off the court. But they caught me while I was down, but the energy these guys bring, the guys are in the game, the guys are on the bench. Kelly's out here going crazy every game, bringing the energy. So, it's a fun team to be a part of, man. We're having fun with it. And this whole experience, just being here in the bubble, we want to come down here and make some noise. And that's what we're doing.
All right, Devin, final question is going to come from Dave King with Bright Side of the Sun. Go ahead, Dave.
Hey, Devin, the last few years, you've had to take a lot of post-game interviews and just say it's been hard to win here. It's been hard to win here. Now you guys are seeing the wins come. You're seeing we get some health on the team and all that. I know it's just 3-0, but this is pretty big, isn't it, for you guys?
Oh, yeah. I mean, these are the top teams in the NBA. That's why we're here. The schedule's not easy at all either, and we know what we're against. We're coming in. We're not scared of the opportunity. We're not frightened by it. We're taking it head on. And it's turned out well for us. We got 4 or 5 games left. Just said we're taking it one at a time, and we're gonna try to collect the most wins we can.